A very simple restaurant business in Nairobi can make you 300,000 shillings. I know this doesn't make to some people, but I'm going to demonstrate to you through a market research study that I've been doing for my client in Nairobi. So let's see on the screen what I'm talking about with this simple restaurant business. So first of all, for this simple restaurant business, I want to tell you that this is a business that sells foods. Like the menu comprises of mainly beef. In Kenya we call it nyama. Nyama is a very common meal in Nairobi. The demographic that likes nyama a lot is men. And if you can open a restaurant in Nairobi selling meat, you can sell. Okay? So this particular restaurant is simple in the sense that the menu is pretty simple. When you go there for lunch, which is the most common food being served there, you will find men consuming either ugali with the beef, or rice with beef, or pilau with beef. Okay, but there is an opportunity for nyama choma, and there is also an opportunity for things like mukimo and so on. But the main product that they are selling is rice, beef, ugali, beef, pilau, beef. So for you to start such a restaurant, the first item you will need is the premises. You need a place where you will be doing these sales. In this case it is one, and maybe for rent and deposit, if it's a place that is charging 30,000, you will need to pay like 3 times, so that will be 90,000. But it can vary from one place to another. So that is the business premises. The second thing you will need to do in that particular premise is to obtain the county government licenses. You will need permits and license to operate that particular business. So permits and licenses will cost you maybe a total of 50,000. Let's say 3. You'll set aside 50,000 for permits. Then in that particular hotel or restaurant, you will need furniture. The main furniture that I observed in my data collection was tables and chairs. So for a simple 48-seater restaurant, a 48-seater restaurant will require tables, 12 of them. Then we'll have chairs, so if per table we are sitting 4 guests or 4 customers, how many chairs do we need in this particular restaurant? So it is 12 times 4. 12 times 4 gives us what? 48 chairs. And assuming that each table, the cost of purchasing each table is, so we do the calculation, the cost of purchasing each table is let's say 3,000 times 12. For 12 tables, you will need an estimate of 36,000. Then for the chairs, if you are buying each chair at 1,500, and by the way, I know where you can get these chairs at an auction at even 500 or 600. So for the new ones, you will find chairs at 1,500 times 48. That will be the biggest expenditure, 72,000. So you will need 72,000 for the chairs. Then maybe stock, you will need to buy maybe stock to begin that particular day or that for that particular week. On average, the consumption is between 25 to 30 kilograms of meat every day. So if you are buying meat at 500 per kilogram, and I know it is even cheaper than that, 500 times 25, assuming the consumption is 25. On stock, you will spend meat, I'm saying, so if the meat you are going to buy in wholesale, maybe 12,500, then you add in the ingredients, you add in rice and unga, maybe you will spend on a day 15,000. A stock of 25 kgs. So if you do the math, what do we get? The startup capital, what you need upfront to start a simple restaurant in Nairobi, is 263,000 shillings. Now let's move to the interesting part. How much can this hotel generate you in a day? So on a daily basis, I observed that these guys can sell to, on average, 100 customers in a day. So let's do the math. So 100 customers, each customer paying 280 per plate times 280. This guy can make 28,000 in terms of sales. So these 28,000, you minus the cost of labor. You minus the cost of labor and the cost of stock. So from this 28,000, we minus 15,000. It gives us 13,000. Then we minus the cost of labor, maybe 3,000, thereabout. So you'll find that the profit on a good day or on a bad day, the simple restaurant will make 10,000 Kenyan shillings. Multiply this by 30 days, you will get approximately 300,000 Kenyan shillings. What are your thoughts about this business? Have you ever run a restaurant business in Nairobi? This is just data that I've been collecting for a client of mine who is interested in starting a restaurant business. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing if you are into entrepreneurship and becoming your own boss.